Hello, lovely people. I am Rose, and this is the story of how my son got rid of his horrible wife. My son is all divorced now, but the story of how and why he left his wife needs to be told. This story is about how gold diggers can mess up and destroy their relationships. I am a 56-year-old woman who lives on her own. My husband died around 15 years ago. We had a wonderful life, and he was the kindest man ever. We had our son Nathan just after we got married. Since my husband was a gentleman, he was mindful of teaching Nathan values and morals. The three of us were pretty close and had the best life. Nathan was a good son, and we were both proud of him. However, nothing could prepare me for what was about to come. One day when my husband and I went out shopping, we got into an accident. I don't remember much, but when I woke up, I was in the hospital. The doctor came to me and said, "I'm sorry to inform you that your husband has passed away. We did our best to keep him alive, but he had lost a lot of blood. You also have been severely injured and will need to stay in the hospital for a while. I'm extremely sorry for your loss." That day, my life changed completely. I had lost the love of my life. I was a complete wreck. I only held it together because I had to think about Nathan. He was young and needed me now. I had to get better for him. I had to stay in the hospital for over a week. The doctors told me that my leg had messed up and I wouldn't be able to use it normally. I could still walk short distances, but it wasn't anything like before. I accepted my fate and only thanked God that I was spared to look after Nathan. The death of my husband drew me and Nathan even closer. I was married young, so my family had disowned me. I knew that I would be the primary parent for Nathan. He just lost his father and didn't need to see his mother being weak. I was let go of my job because I couldn't do heavy-duty work anymore. I was left scrambling for money since my husband didn't have life insurance. I still managed to secure a job and look after Nathan. Nathan did his best to be a good kid. He even offered me money from his summer jobs. He said, "Mom, I don't like to see you in pain. You work such long hours at the office. I know you are having trouble with your leg. Please take this money. It can help you get the medicines you require." "Honey, those are your hard-earned money. You don't have to give it to me. I won't accept it. I know I can't give you much, so you should use that money to buy yourself things. It would make me happier." "Why don't you go see a doctor, Mom? I'm sure they can help you." "Nathan, we just don't have enough for medical bills right now. You know my work doesn't have health insurance. I'm fine now. There's no need for a doctor." Nathan gave up. I could feel his frustration. I was his only parent now, and seeing me in pain was hurting him. I tried my best not to show my pain around him. However, he was a smart and receptive child. He knew what was going on. I felt sad for my poor child. However, there was nothing we could do. Both of us worked very hard to survive the first few years. However, things started to look up when Nathan got into college. He was a brilliant student and got a full scholarship to his dream college. I still remember the day when he told me, "Mom, I got into my dream college! I got a full scholarship! You don't have to worry about my tuition. I've decided I will work an extra job and send you money. That way you can finally see a doctor for your pain." Nathan, I'm so proud of you, son. I'm sure your father is too. I wish he was here. You don't even think about overworking yourself in college. I won't allow that. You need to focus on your studies and graduate with a good GPA. "I will do my best, Mom. Don't worry, I won't let you down. Once I can get on my feet, you won't have to suffer anymore. I will take care of you." Nathan wasn't the only one who had some good news. I managed to get a promotion at my job for my good work. Years of consistency and not taking days off really impressed the management. They gave me a better position with a slightly better salary. However, they still didn't offer medical insurance. Therefore, I was still stuck with the pain in my leg. There was no time to dwell on it. I had to keep working for my son. It was time I finally put aside some savings for him. I couldn't give him anything while he was in high school. I wanted to change that now. I wanted to pamper him a little. Nathan did work after classes. However, I decided to send him some money so that he could still enjoy his college life a little. Nathan, being a great guy, didn't have a dearth of friends. He was popular in college and people loved him. One of his friends was Caitlin. Nathan used to talk about her a lot. "Mom, there's a girl in my class. I like her. She's beautiful and extremely caring towards everyone. I think I'm going to ask her out." "That's great, Nathan. I hope she says yes. She must be a special girl since you talked about her so much." "I really think she is the one, Mom." Hearing this gave me so much joy. I wanted my son to get a good partner who cared for him. From what I heard from Nathan, Caitlin was perfect for him. He did ask her out, and they started dating right away. Nathan had a habit of pampering the people he loves. He did the same with Caitlin. He showered her with gifts that he bought with his savings. They went out to fancy restaurants pretty often. He kept me updated about his life, and I felt peaceful knowing he was finally finding his happiness. This was until I met Caitlin in person. I asked Nathan to bring her over to my apartment. I wanted her to join us for Christmas. It was usually me and Nathan, and having Caitlin over would be nice. That's what I thought before Caitlin showed up. Nathan was right. She was drop-dead gorgeous. However, she wasn't the kind and caring person I had heard about. Right after meeting me, she said, "Rose, do you live in this small apartment? Oh my god, it's so suffocating. I thought Nathan lived in a big house. That's why I thought having me over won't be a problem." I know the apartment is small, but we manage just fine. Having you over is no trouble at all. Oh, I wasn't talking about you, Rose. I was thinking about how I would spend Christmas stuck in this place. Honestly, it's very depressing. You have Nathan here to keep you company. I won't take up much of your time. You can take a tour of the town as well. Oh, please. What does this town have anyways? I can't even go out shopping. The stores here are so cheap and trashy. I don't know why Nathan even comes back here. It's so much better in the city. I was pretty taken aback by Caitlin's behavior. She was downright rude and kept insulting me in my house. She even said, "I'm glad Nathan didn't turn out like you. Your career prospects are just so limited. I'm sure you can never get rich with that disability of yours. Poor Nathan could do so much better if he had a rich mother." Nathan never complains about what he has, Caitlin. I'm sure you have noticed he is a very humble person. I made sure he doesn't become spoiled and entitled in any way. It's not like you can spoil him anyway. Like you don't even have money. Thank God Nathan isn't a cheapskate like you. He knows how to pamper me. I'm high maintenance, so I expect standards. These were our conversations the entire Christmas. The girl was so smart that she avoided insulting me when Nathan was around. However, I soon realized that while Caitlin was mean and cruel, she wasn't very bright. She very stupidly told Nathan what she thought of me when they went back. After they went back to college, I got a call from Nathan. "Mom, was Caitlin mean to you when we came over for Christmas?" "Why are you asking that, son?" "We had a bad fight. She kept criticizing our financial status. I couldn't take it. I knew how hard it was when Dad died. I tried to tell her, but she wouldn't listen. I don't know what to do." Caitlin grew up more privileged than us, Nathan. It must be difficult for her to comprehend our situation. If you love her and she loves you, I'm sure things will get better. Do what your heart says. I knew Nathan was already head over heels in love with her. I have known that since the very beginning. When he asked me about Caitlin, I didn't divulge much information. I wanted to make a decision based on his feelings. Nathan continued his relationship after Caitlin promised to be more understanding. I was still skeptical about her, but it wasn't up to me to decide. I had more important things to worry about. My leg pain was becoming worse, so I decided to see a doctor. However, the doctor charted out a very expensive plan of treatment that was impossible for me to afford. I kept this quiet from Nathan. His end semester was approaching, and I didn't want him to stress too much. I decided to continue working and try to do something about the money. Nathan graduated college with flying colors. He also got a very good job that paid a lot of money. His salary was more than what I earned in a single year. He was ecstatic and I was happy for him. Finally, my son would have a future where he didn't have to worry about money. He said, "Mom, it's time I take care of you. I'm earning a lot of money. You can finally take some rest and let me handle all the bills." "No, son. I know you are going to propose to Caitlin soon. You need to save money for the engagement ring and the wedding. Caitlin has a pretty expensive taste. She might be disappointed if you don't save enough. I wish I could help." "Mom, don't say that. It is because of you that I have come so far. You have given me the strength to achieve my dreams." "Fine, I won't talk about this until we have the wedding." Nathan tried very hard to make me and Caitlin get along. I had no problem tolerating her when she was civil. However, sometimes she just said such mean things that I couldn't help but get angry. Still, I was careful not to cause any trouble for them. I wanted my son to be happy. As predicted, Nathan proposed and Caitlin said yes. After the engagement, Caitlin asked to meet with me in private. I agreed to go, and we set up a place. I just thought she would be talking to me about wedding preparations. However, she said, "Rose, I called you here so that I can make a few things very clear. You know Nathan and I are now engaged. He's going to start a family with me. I don't want you to be a burden on him." "What do you mean, Rose? I am not dependent on my son." "That's for now. Nathan keeps going on about how he will be taking care of you. Whatever leg problems you have are his problems now. Hell, he even said he will pay you a monthly allowance after marriage. I would have left him a long time ago if he didn't have such good prospects. Back then, if I knew he planned to blow his money on you, I would have left." "Caitlin, what are you saying? I thought you loved my son." "Yeah, I love him all right, but I would have left him if he didn't get a good job. He wouldn't have been able to take care of me or pamper me. Thank God I chose right. You're the only problem that is refusing to go away." "I won't accept Nathan's money, Caitlin. He has already talked to me and I told him that. If he asks again after the wedding, I will tell him not to send me anything. I can take care of myself." "Good. In that case, I also suggest you stop crying to him about being in pain. It's pathetic and it makes him want to give you more money. That needs to end." "I don't tell him about my struggles, Caitlin. He knows what is wrong with me. Unfortunately, he won't listen when I try to avoid the conversation." "Well, you better start thinking about what you will do. I am leaving. Planning a big wedding takes time and I don't have much to spare for you. I hope you will keep this conversation to yourself." With that, she just left me at the coffee shop. She didn't even pay her part of the bill. I was too stunned to say anything else. I didn't know why she thought I would be a burden to my son. I would rather work for the rest of my life than be dependent on anyone who thinks I am a nuisance. I knew Nathan's money belonged to his fiancée. I wasn't going to ask him for anything. I was also disturbed by what Caitlin told me about Nathan. I knew the girl loved him, and she did say that too. However, she also clearly turned out to be a gold digger. I contemplated telling my son about what happened. However, when he came over and talked excitedly about the wedding, I just couldn't. I decided to distance myself from them after the wedding. That way, he would focus on Caitlin and not think about me so much. The wedding itself was extremely successful. Caitlin went all out with the expenses with Nathan's help. The reception was spectacular and something out of a movie set. The married couple were also very happy and everyone thought they were a perfect couple. I met Caitlin's parents, who were nice people. It gave me some peace knowing that Nathan had a second set of parents. Life went back to normal after the wedding. Nathan was often busy with work, so we didn't talk as much. Plus, I was afraid to disturb him when he was with Caitlin. I didn't want her to have an even worse impression of me. As long as she keeps my son happy, I will deal with my feelings. Nathan still hasn't forgotten about my injury. He said, "Mom, it's been a while since the wedding. I think you should go see a doctor. I can't rest easy when I know you need help. Please don't be stubborn." I did see a doctor a while back, Nathan. The treatment requires a lot of money. I don't think it's necessary to spend so much right now. I can deal with it. Don't worry, son. Why are you still so worried about money, Mom? You know I can pay for it. You never accept my gifts and won't even let me take care of you. Nathan, you have a new family to take care of. There's no reason to worry so much about your old mother. I will figure something out. Nathan was quiet for some time before changing the topic. I thought he had finally dropped the subject. However, he was making plans to help me out. I didn't know that when I was talking to him. He went to the doctor I saw and asked for the total cost of the treatment. After he knew, he had planned to do something to make my life easier. I found out about this way too late and totally in the wrong way. One day when I was talking to Nathan, he asked me how my treatment was going. He said, "Mom, it's been almost a year. Is your leg getting any better? I wish I could visit you, but I'm swamped with work." "It's still the same, Nathan. I have learned to live with it." "But there must be some improvement. The doctor said you will get better once you start the treatment." "What treatment are you talking about, Nathan?" "The one you signed up for, Mom. Caitlin told me she talked to you about it." "Caitlin didn't tell me anything, Nathan. I didn't join because money is tight right now. I can't work more hours anymore." "But I have been sending you $800 every month. It should be enough to help you out." "Nathan, I never got any money from you. I'm confused." "Wait, so you're telling me that you never got any of the $800 I have been sending you since last year?" "No, Nathan, I haven't got any money. You can check my bank records." Nathan was silent for some time before ending the call. I was left thoroughly confused by the entire conversation. I had no idea Nathan was sending me money. He never talked about this arrangement. It was so bizarre. Before I could make anything of the situation, I got a call from Caitlin. It was clear she was crying. She said, "Rose, Nathan will call you about sending you money. Can you please lie and tell him that you got all the $800 he sent last year?" Why would I lie to my son, Caitlin? What is going on? "Look, I'm begging you for this one favor. Please lie to him and tell him you got the money. He's going to leave me if you tell the truth. Please, Rose, help me out." Nathan already knows I didn't get any money. I sent him my bank records after our call. There is no point in lying to him. What did you do, Caitlin? Before she could answer, I heard Nathan shouting at her. They got into an argument, but I couldn't hear anything. I decided to cut the call and wait for either of them to explain. It was Nathan who called me back. He said, "Mom, I was sending you money for your treatment. Me and Caitlin decided that it would be best for you to get help. She even volunteered to tell you about our plan. I was so busy with work I trusted her with everything. She told me you agreed to our plan." But Nathan, Caitlin never talked to me about anything like that. She never called me or even met me in the past year. "I know, Mom. She lied to me. Caitlin lied so that she could keep the money for herself. I put a cap on her spending after getting married. She was maxing out credit cards left and right. I thought giving her less fun money would stop her spending habits. Turns out she devised a different plan to meet her needs." Oh my God, Nathan, are you sure there hasn't been any misunderstanding? Did you talk to her? She confessed to me, Mom. She denied it at first, then I showed her our bank documents. It clearly showed that she took money from my account. Your bank statements also prove that she never sent that money to you. I can't believe what she did, Mom. She betrayed me. I'm done with her. Nathan was adamant that his marriage was over. They were renting a house together, so Nathan decided to move in with me. He filed for divorce just a week after the fiasco. Caitlin begged and cried to both of us to forgive her. She told Nathan that she messed up and won't do it again. She also said that she will change her spending habits and work to pay back the money. However, Nathan had already lost his trust in her. Caitlin's parents were disgusted with their child's behavior. They apologized to me and Nathan on behalf of their daughter and told us that we were doing the right thing. They were going to make her get a job and finally let her learn about the real world. I sincerely hope she improves herself and becomes a better person. Meanwhile, me and Nathan are doing good. He is still heartbroken, but has been getting better every day. After fighting with me for days, he forced me to start the treatment for my leg. It's slowly starting to work, and I am already feeling a lot better. I do hope my son finds his soulmate sometime in life. Till then, I will be with him and give him all the support he needs.